Now to enable the mobile menu button, we're going to use jQuery to assign a click event to the object. So back in our JavaScript file, let's come in here and delete the alert. And now we're going to use jQuery's capability to search and find elements in our HTML. So we'll do that by typing a $, beginning and ending parenthesis. Inside of the parentheses, 2 single tick marks. We're going to put a string inside of here, and we're going to search for the navigation element with the anchor tag in a class of mobile menu. So as I mentioned before, jQuery uses the same syntax as HTML and CSS for defining selectors. So what we'll do inside of this string is we'll type nav, then a space, then a dot mobile underscore menu. So jQuery gets its name from the fact that it queries your HTML. So we're looking for a navigation element and then an anchor tag inside with a class of mobile underscore menu. Now outside of the parentheses, we're going to type dot, then on for on, another set of parentheses, then a semicolon. Now inside of this on function, we're going to define the event that we want to assign to the menu. And in this case, it's going to be a click event. So 2 tick marks for a string. We'll type in the word click. Now outside of the string literal, but still inside of the parentheses, we're going to type a comma. Then we're going to type the word function, another set of parentheses, and then a beginning and ending curly bracket. Now once you have that in place, let's get your cursor inside of the curly brackets. Let's hit a few returns and split this open. And now inside of this area are all of the instructions that we're going to have executed when somebody clicks on the mobile menu. And so the first thing we're going to do inside of here is declare a variable. So we'll type var space. Now you can name your variables anything you want. You just can't start them with a number. So I'm going to set a variable called current nav height, and I'll set the N and the H to capital. We're going to set this equal to, and we want to query the current height of the navigation element, which we set to 0 in the CSS if we're under 625 pixels. So to query that, we're going to type $, beginning and ending parenthesis, then a semicolon. Inside of the parentheses, we'll add our tick marks for a string. We're going to search for the nav element. And then outside of the parentheses and before the semicolon, we're going to type dot height. Another set of parentheses, and then we'll leave the semicolon. So this is jQuery's built-in function for getting the height of a specific element. So every time somebody clicks on the mobile menu link, we're going to get the current height of the navigation. So now we'll hit a few returns. We're still inside of the click event function. And what we're going to do here is add a conditional statement. So we're going to type if, another set of parentheses, another set of brackets. Let's split this open. Then after the ending bracket, we'll type in the word else and another set of brackets. Then we'll get our cursor inside of the parentheses for if. I'll add a few spaces. Next we'll come up and copy the variable name, current nav height. Let's paste it inside of the parentheses. Then a space. Then we're going to say less than, and then I'll just type the number 5. So this if statement here is checking to see if the current navigation is less than 5. Now when the navigation's closed, we're going to set it to 0. But just in case we have any CSS properties or line height or anything that might make the navigation 1 or 2 pixels instead of 0, I'm going to come in here and set a value of 5. This way, if it's less than 5, I know it's in its closed state. So now that we have our variable declared and our conditional statement, next we'll add in some instructions that will open the navigation if it's in a closed state, which would be inside of the if, and then inside of the else statement, we'll close the navigation back up. And this will create a toggle effect. So every time you tap on the navigation button, if it's open, it'll close it, and if it's closed, it'll open it.